It's a great pleasure to host the 4th Gaia-X Summit in Alicante. It's clear that we're living in a technological revolution with a deep impact in our lives and those of future generations. Data are at the heart of this process. Some say that it is the fuel of the 21st century, and so it is urgent to develop a European and global framework supporting innovation and also protecting privacy, security, and all individual and economic rights, as well as the functioning of our economies and democracies. When we took office in 2018, we knew that digitalization must be one of the key levers of our government's economic policy to modernize the country. But we did not start from scratch. We counted on very strong broadband infrastructures, leading companies in strategic sectors to drive the process, and a very strong digital administration, particularly in some areas such as tax and health. But back then, there was no strategic plan to support the digitalization of SMEs. We were lagging behind in digital skills, and there was no public policy on artificial intelligence, and of course, no plan on data spaces or the data economy. What we did not know then was that technological change would accelerate exponentially as a result of the pandemic, and that we would have the unprecedented public investment capacity thanks to the Next Generation EU Recovery Plan. Fortunately, the digital transformation agenda had been given top priority in our government, integrating it into the Ministry for Economy and elevating it to a vice presidency. In July 2020, we were able to publish the España Digital Agenda, a very ambitious strategy to support the digital transformation of the country with reforms and investments in 3 key areas: infrastructure and technology, the economy, and people. And in our recovery plan, we set out 8 specific roadmaps to ensure 100% high-speed connectivity in the territory of Spain, to lead the deployment of 5G in Europe, to strengthen the cybersecurity capabilities, to support R&D in the area of artificial intelligence with a humanistic approach, protecting our rights and democratic values, also to promote the digitalization of SMEs and public administrations, to support digital entrepreneurship, startups, and achieve a 30% increase in audiovisual production, and to provide all citizens with the necessary digital skills to access the jobs of the future, while protecting individual rights and in the new digital environment. Now, as pretty much every digital technology is linked to data, we integrated it in all our strategic projects and appointed a Chief Data Officer, who currently chairs the Governmental Advisory Board to Gaia-X. Meanwhile, dynamizing our national data community and channeling their efforts. I remember I was personally opening the Gaia-X Hub Spain in Talavera de la Reina almost 2 years ago, and impact is achieved by building transformative use cases that advance the digitalization of industrial value chains. This is what we are doing, implementing a national plan for data spaces so as to also future-proof the interconnection across projects, which is critical to facilitate investments and create synergies, also between the public and the private sector. 3 years later, we're starting to see the impact of our approach in the ongoing structural changes of the Spanish economy. The Digital Decade report published a few weeks ago by the European Commission confirms Spain's leadership in the digital field. We are attracting very relevant investments by large technological leaders, such as Cisco, Intel, Broadcom, or IMEC. Employment growth in the areas of science, IT, and R&D has increased by almost 50% since 2018. And 1 in every 4 new jobs in Spain since the end of the pandemic has been in these new technology, science, and digital sectors. We are now halfway through the recovery plan and also halfway through the Spanish presidency, and we have put as a top priority closing some of the key files in the digital area, for example, those linked to artificial intelligence or digital identity. Investments and reforms funded by the Next Generation EU program have led to a very strong economic recovery after the pandemic, setting in motion also a modernization process for a more efficient, more competitive and more resilient economy in this increasingly complex world where strategic autonomy is of the essence. Digital and data are inseparable. Data and trust must also be so that the digital transformation process, which is unstoppable, leads to a stronger economy and a better society. We need to look with confidence into a more connected future where data will be shared in a fair and sovereign way, where traceability and transparency lead to trust, and Gaia-X can contribute by providing standards for portable and interoperable data spaces and for trusted cloud services, so as to build a better, stronger, common project for Spain and for Europe. Let me close on this positive note, and I wish you all the best in this important meeting. Thank you.